Hello, are you still finding it challenging to attach your illusion yoke to your bustier dress? Oh, worry no more because this video is for you. Welcome to another tutorial from Alewa Divas. Today we'll be learning how to attach this illusion yoke neckline to your bustier dress. If you are joining us for the first time, you are wonderfully welcome. So this is my yoke neckline that I have prepared. So this is what we'll be working with, and this is the body of the dress. I've gone ahead to pad it just to make sure that it gives us structure because it's a bustier dress. And this is my lining. So the lining has been fused and properly sewn. So we'll be working with these three pieces to make this illusion neckline. So now what you want to do now is you want to attach the net to the body of the dress, and at the end of the day we have something like that. So this pointy part of the net, you're going to be attaching it to that deep part of your fabric. That's the main body of the dress. So that pointy part, we are attaching it to that deep part, and we are going to bring the lining in as well. We'll attach that deep part of the lining to your dress. So these three pieces are going to be going together. So now at this point we'll be needing a lot of pin to work with because we have to put this in place before we sew it on our sewing machine. So that is me trying to put that three parts together. So you're going to pin that point down. That point is very, very important. So you're going to check to make sure that it is well laid and your net is not folding. So now we're going to gradually put that bend, that curve part together like that. Both the fabric, the net, and the lining. You put that in place and you pin down. Note that as you pin, you are not going to pin downwards. Rather, you pin sideways, just as I'm doing in the video. So that is how you're going to put that together. And make sure that your seam allowance is wide, is spread open. That's you doing that with your iron. You make sure that it's spread open and it's aligning with the fabric. That's the lining and the fabric are together on the same line. That's the sewing allowance. That sewing line, you make sure that they are together so that your lining and your fabric will be in place. They will not be going part ways. Do you understand that? So I'm just going to pin that from inwards till we get to the underarm of our dress. Don't forget to give us a like on this video and drop your comments in the comments section. If you are watching my video for the first time, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. We love you to be part of this family. So at this point you have to be very patient and make sure that your net doesn't fold. You know it's a very soft fabric, so it tends to fold. So you make sure that it doesn't fold. So I've finished pinning one part and I'm going to go ahead and do the same on the other side of our neckline. So here I've done the other part. I've pinned it just the same method we used for the first side. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to sew it down with our sewing machine. So to sew that down, we're going to be starting from that deep part outward. One side from the mid part outward, then the other side from the mid part outward. You can see that part that my pin is facing downwards. That is the midpoint of the yoke of the neckline. So here we'll be using our hemming gun. We are using our hemming gun because we want to put our lining in place. We don't want a situation where your lining will be pulling out from underneath your dress. So using this hemming gun, we secure your lining to put it in place permanently. You won't have to worry about your lining pulling out. So when you are using your hemming gum, you make sure you place it on the lining of the dress, not on the main fabric, because it's the lining that we're trying to put in place and not the fabric. So you make sure that your hemming gum is on the lining, and as you sew along, make sure you remove your pins so they don't break your needle and disturb your work. Don't forget to give us a like on this video and drop your comments in the comments section. If you are watching my video for the first time, thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. We would love you to be part of this family. You are welcome. So this is me trying to make sure that I remove my needle as I pin along. So it just requires patience at this point. And as you sew, you have to check underneath so that you ensure that your fabric is not folding. You understand? You just make sure you put all these things in consideration as you sew. So we're just going to do the same thing on the other side, but to sew that other side, remember I told you we are sewing from inward, from that midpoint to the outer part of the neckline. So now to sew that, and we have to put our hemming gum on the lining part. So to do that, our hemming gum we have to be under, like under, not on top that we used in the first part. It has to be under now because it still has to be on the lining part. So you can see as I'm placing the hemming gum, it's under now, because at this point you have to sew on the fabric parts. Remove your pin as you sew along. So we're just going to sew outward just like we did on the first part. After that, you ensure that you check your neckline and make sure that it's not folding. Everything is perfectly in place just like you're seeing. So the next thing you want to do now is you want to notch. You know, we made a round sewing, like it's a curve, it's not straight, so you have to notch to make sure that that curve is balanced. So this is what we have after we have done that. So you're just going to make sure you press with your sewing iron on the lining part, and be very careful with your net. You don't want to burn it, so just make sure you avoid your net by all means. So this is what we have after I have ironed mine. So you can see that it's well shaped and well in place. So this is the back of, like, the inside. You can see how neat it is. So this is it, guys. This is our neckline, well sewn. Don't forget to give us a like for this video, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.